Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you the team I'm going to use for this week's Underspire. I'm going to go for Gorgotha, Gimlet, Stormbrew, the Empress, and War and Peace, because we are restricted to Khazil troops. War and Peace deals damage to all enemies and gives 2 attack to all allies. 2 attacks, not that much, but it's better than a kick in the chops. And the damage to all is pretty decent, but we can buff it up if we need to when we get to those more difficult stages. We can employ the Empress to give magic +1 to all skills on the last ally, with a 7% chance of an extra turn for each green gem on the board. You can actually swap these two around, all the while you don't actually need that buff up. I'll just leave them there for the sake of the video. If you do want to cast the Empress, make sure you collect a little bit of green first, because if you don't do that and you cast Gimlet first, it does transform all green to brown, which benefits Gorgotha and the War and Peace weapon. Gorgotha explodes magic +3 gems, and cleanses itself, and is really good up top because it reduces damage from skulls by 75%. Gimlet's good as well because as well as that mana gen, we also enrage and give magic +1 life to the first ally, making our Gorgotha super tanky and very impressive on the Skull Basharuni as well, which is nice. Banner for this, I'm going to go for the +2 green, +1 yellow, -1 blue Warren banner. And Geomancer good for this, really good to get our troops up and ready with that 50% mana start. Reduce damage from skulls by 50%, which I doubt if we will need because we're at the bottom. If we need it, we're doing something wrong. Impact, don't really need that because we're up top, so we may as well have Serendipity. Mage Lord, we are in last position, so a nice little +2 magic there. Anti-magic sphere, why not? Tactician, gain 3 magic at the start of battle, buff up our weapon even more. Rock Solid, gain a barrier when matching brown gems. Tree of Knowledge, gain enchant when matching green, which we will for our Empress and weapon. And Fortitude, might as well. Right, all good. Let's dive in there and have a couple of punch-ups. To battle. So obviously when you don't need Empress, you can just look immediately for the green to brown. Don't actually need to get that, but we'll get it anyway. Alright, so let's do this. Let's get that on our Gorgotha. That explodes mini gems. Once War and Peace is up, it is hasta la vista, you lot. Maybe. Don't have to say that. It's all good. Right, anyway, grab a lantern. Thank you, mate. On your way, mouldy face jewel head. Next room. Like I say, you can swap Empress and War and Peace round at this stage. Don't need to cast Empress all the while you do mini damage or much O damage. But we've got this conversion here now, so we can certainly do that with Gimlet. That gets up our damage. So we'll whop them all out of there really quickly. Didn't even have to cast the Empress, no need to. But really good as well for the newer players, this one, because Gorgotha is going to be pretty safe up top with that skull damage reduction, and the way that Gimlet gives him life at the same time, as well as mana gen. Should swing along quite nicely. So nothing really going on the green to brown, but a little bit there. Might as well get it then. Got to get that enrage stuff going on at the same time. Kind of is what it is. Sometimes the game will transpire against you ever so slightly on the colours, but now Gorgotha's up. Should make short work of them. Like I say, you can cast your Empress if you need to. No need to though when we doing plenty of damage as it is. That'll come into its own a little bit later on. If you go nice and deep into this, when the rooms get tricky, when the enemies get harder, that extra damage to all from Empress is going to come into its own, and you can cast it more than once, which is what's the cool thing about it. Like multi-casts on the Empress really is going to overpower that bottom troop in a massive way. So yeah, could be a nice straightforward and fairly quick one this. Couple more battles and we'll call the video a day. Video you're a day, and you know it. Don't look at me like that. You knew it was coming. Have we got any brown? Or green? Be ready next round anyway. Let's just cast this just for the sake of it. So we've got 66 damage to ward right now for cast the Empress. Not going to get an extra turn. But we're now on 122. Super duper mega damage. Right. One more battle. Let's just do this one quick. Against the little street thief there. Pinging out with gold from all over the shop. I looked at first glance, thought that was going to be a really good green to brown. But it's not. It's just alright. But we'll do it anyway. Yeah, Golgotha says, "It was a mere flesh wound when you try and hit me with skull damage." If that. A mere scratch. Right, anyway, that's the team I'm going to use for this. Pretty straightforward and easy to use, and it's going to be quite resistant to damage as well, which is good. And as well as some nice skull damage when you want it because of the enrage and attack boost. But there it is, there's the video. If you enjoyed it, found it useful and helpful, be very cool of you indeed if you took the time to bash that like and subscribe button, because that really does help. And feel free to share the video amongst your fellow Gems of War comrades. I'll be back later. Bye for now. What was that about? I don't know.